Welcome to the new episode in Ethics Matters. This is your Professor Joe. I am presenting in this lecture series the essence of care ethics, the moral power of relationship. Imagine these scenarios. First, a child being comforted. Second, a nurse holding a patient's hand. And third, a teacher helping a student. What if being ethical wasn't just about laws, outcomes, or duty? What if morality began not in the courtroom, but at the kitchen table, in the classroom, the nursery, the hospital room? What is care ethics? It is a moral theory that shifts the spotlight from rules to relationships. In this chapter, we explore an ethics of connection, compassion, and responsiveness. An ethics born not of abstraction, but of attention. Care ethics began as a response to the limitations of traditional theories like deontology and utilitarianism. These focused on duty and consequence. But in 1982, psychologist Carol Gilligan offered something radical. In a different voice, she noticed that women, especially caregivers, approach moral problems not with cold logic, but with care, concern, and context. She wasn't describing a flaw. She was unveiling a forgotten moral voice, a voice that prioritized relationships over rules. Carol Gilligan was joined by Nell Noddings, who deepened the claim, care is not just a virtue, it is the foundation of morality. In Caring, a feminine approach to ethics and moral education, Noddings reframed ethics as a web of caring relationships, where the most moral thing we can do is simply to respond to others with genuine concern. Virginia Held, Joan Tronto, and Sarah Roddick extended the theory into politics, parenting, and public life. They argued that care isn't just private and emotional, it's political and powerful. Three central principles of care ethics. First, relationality. We are not isolated individuals. We are born into relationships. Ethics must begin with the people around us. Second, vulnerability and interdependence. We all need care at different stages of life. Morality must reflect our shared fragility. Third, emotional responsiveness. Emotions like empathy and compassion are not weaknesses. They're moral strengths that guide us toward justice through presence. Care ethics shines not in theory, but in life. It's a parent waking up at 3 a.m. for a crying child. A friend staying on the phone during a crisis. A teacher noticing when a student is quietly struggling. In this view, morality is not about being right. It's about being present. Even in the digital age, care matters. How we show up in texts, comments, and calls makes a difference. Online presence should still be human presence. Care ethics in the digital age means listening deeply, acknowledging emotion, building community, using tech to support, not to dominate. Some critiques on care ethics. Care ethics has its critiques. First, is it too emotional or vague? Does it focus so much on close relationships? Is this not hard to scale into public policy? Is it risky in reinforcing gender roles? These are valid concerns. But care ethicists respond, care doesn't replace justice. It complements it. Justice offers structure. Care offers soul. Together, they form a fuller moral vision. In the end, care ethics calls us to one simple but powerful moral question. Who needs me right now, and how can I show up with love? In a world that often moves too fast, care ethics slows us down, reminds us that ethics is not about detached decisions. It's about presence, empathy, and attention. To care and to keep caring may be the most ethical act of all. Thank you for joining me in this episode. See you next time in our presentation on rights ethics. Remember this lesson from this episode. Care is an ethical act that we can do.